In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 best overall credit cards for 2025, but I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to show you how to actually use a credit card to your advantage. We're going to be talking real world advice, how to build your credit from zero, and what to watch out for in annual fees, and why learning how to make your money work for you and not against you is the way to go. So let's dive in. Before we even talk about which credit cards are best, let's talk about you for a moment. Do you have a good credit score? Do you have a history of on-time payments? Are you paying your card off in full every single month? If not, then that is your first step, because no matter how fancy a credit card is, it is not going to matter if you get denied, or worse, if you get approved and then you fall right into debt. Let me give you a quick story. When my mom first came into the United States, she had no credit whatsoever, right? She couldn't rent an apartment. She couldn't buy a car. Couldn't get approved for a basic card. So what did I do? I set her up with a secured credit card. She put down $200 as a deposit and then used the card to pay for groceries and gas and made sure she paid it off in full every single month. And within 6 months, her credit score started climbing. Within a year, she was able to get her very first credit card. So if that is you, I'm going to suggest that you start with a secured credit card. The first on our list is the Chase Sapphire Preferred Card. This card is best for people who love to travel and want flexible, valuable rewards without needing to be a credit card expert. It has an annual fee of $95, but it easily pays for itself if you book even just one flight or hotel with points. Here are the key perks. 5x points on travel through the Chase portal. 3x on dining, yes, takeout counts as well. 2x on other travel and 1x on all other purchases. You also get a 1-to-1 point transfer to travel partners like United, Southwest, Hyatt, and Marriott. Here is a pro tip. Pair the Chase Sapphire Preferred with Chase Freedom Unlimited card, which offers a 1.5% cashback or more on all purchases. The Chase Freedom Unlimited, unlike the Chase Sapphire Preferred, has no annual fee, right? You also get a $200 cashback after you spend $500 on purchases in the first 3 months of opening your account. Just keep in mind that the $200 cashback is only available to new card members. The second card on our list is the Capital One Venture X. If you're someone who flies often, or you value comfort and want rewards that are actually feeling luxurious, then this might be the card for you, my friends. It has an annual fee of $395. Now, before you say, whoa, hear me out, here are the key perks. You get a $300 annual Capital One travel credit, as well as a 10,000-mile anniversary bonus. You also get access to 1,300 plus airport lounges. There is also 2x miles on every purchase, as well as 10x miles on flights and hotels booked through the Capital One travel portal. And just the lounge access alone can make this card worth it. So make sure you don't let the fees scare you, right? If you're flying more than 3 times a year, then this card is going to pay for itself. But again, only if you're not carrying a balance from month to month. So add the $300 travel credit and the 10,000 bonus miles each year, and that is already a total of $400 plus in perks alone. So essentially, you are coming out ahead. Pro tip. Now, if you pair the Capital One Venture X with a Capital One cashback card, like the Capital One Saver card, then you can convert your cashback into miles. The Capital One Saver card, of course, has no annual fees. You can earn 5% cash back on hotels, vacation rentals, and rental cars, as well as 3% cash back on grocery stores, dining, entertainment, and popular streaming services. You can also get 1% cash back on rewards that do not expire for the life of the account. The third card on our list is the American Express Gold card. Let's be real, most of us spend a huge chunk of our budget on 2 things, groceries and eating out, right? And if that sounds like you, then the Amex Gold might just be the new best card for you. It is best for foodies, families who spend a lot of money on groceries, as well as anyone who dines out regularly or orders takeout a lot. The annual fee is $325. Now listen, that is still a premium fee, but unlike some other luxury cards, the Amex Gold gives you monthly perks that make it super easy to earn that money back if you actually use these perks. The key perks like 4x points at restaurants worldwide, 4x points at US supermarkets, 3x points on flights booked through the Amex travel portal. $10 monthly dining credits on spots like Grubhub, Cheesecake Factory, and Shake Shack, just to name a few. That is $240 in annual credits alone, which already cuts that fee down significantly, but only if you actually use the perks. Here's a pro tip for my annual no-fee people. Pair the Amex Gold with the Blue Cash Everyday card. Here are the perks. Of course, no annual fee. 3% cash back on groceries. 3% cash back on online shopping. Another 3% cash back on gas. And 1% cash back on all other purchases. Now, on to card number 4, which is the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey card. If you're someone who likes to travel, then consider this card. It has an annual fee of $95, but here are the perks that make up for that. You earn 60,000 bonus points when you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of opening the account. That is equivalent to about $600 towards travel. You also get 4x points on hotels and airlines. 3x points on restaurants and other travel perks as well. And finally, 1x points on all other purchases. You get a $50 statement credit every single year when you make at least one airline purchase of $50 or more with this card. And last but not least, you get no foreign transaction fees, which is great when you're traveling out of the country. Pro tip: pair it with the Wells Fargo Active Cash card. If you want simple, steady rewards without tracking categories or learning about point system, then here is the card for you. It's best for people who want unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. No caps, no rotating categories, no spreadsheets. It is solid for everyday people who want to pay bills, random expenses, and extra stuff, right? You also get cell phone protection when you pay your bill with that card, which is great for people who are clumsy and drop their phone all the time. Make this your default everything else card and use it whenever your other cards don't earn more than 2%. Pair it with a category card like the Amex Gold for 4 times dining/groceries or Sapphire Preferred for travel and dining. Now, on to our last card, which is the Chase Sapphire Reserve. This card is best for frequent travelers who want premium benefits, lounge access, and that elite level travel experience. The annual fee is $795. Yes, this is a top tier card, but listen, the perks can make that fee worth it if you travel often and you use the benefits. So let's talk about what those benefits are. 125,000 bonus points after you spend $6,000 in the first 3 months of opening the account. You get 8x points on purchases made through the Chase travel portal, 4x points on direct flights and hotels, 3x points on dining worldwide, and of course 1x points on all other purchases. There's also a $300 annual travel credit, which is automatically applied to all travel purchases, as well as that good old lounge access, which comes with a complimentary priority pass and select access for 300 lounges all across the globe. So here are 5 golden rules that I want you to walk away with. 1. Always pay your card in full. If you can't afford to pay it off by the due date, then you cannot afford to use the card. Full stop. 2. Use autopay for the full amount and not the minimum. And avoid interest like your life depends on it. 3. Never use more than 30% of your limit. This is called your credit utilization. Keep it low to boost your score. 4. Start with a secure card if you are new. This is exactly what I did with my mom, right? Don't be ashamed. Just start right where you are and then build up. And 5. Use credit cards like it is a debit card. If you won't swipe your debit card for it, then don't swipe it. Credit cards can be a powerful tool, or they can be a dangerous trap. It all depends on how you use them. The best credit card in the world means nothing if you're drowning in interest or if you're missing payments. So if this helped you, then hit that like button, right? Share this with someone who is trying to get their credit together or somebody who is trying to level up on their credit card game, and subscribe for more personal finance content. Let's level up our money together. And before I let you go, always remember that the best time to invest in yourself was yesterday. The second best time is now. You got this.